Yeah.
CMC, for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens movement for change. Oh yes, a new day has come. Yes, a new day has come. Rise up, Liberia. CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let us join our hands together to build a better life. Equity, national unity, transparency, accountability, social justice, integrity, CMC core values, CMC global. It is a new day for Liberia. It is a new day for the people. Let's all together. Let's all together. It's a unity. It's a CMC. The land of liberty, the land of freedom, the love of liberty brought us together. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, CMC, for the people. CMC, by the people. Let's hold together in peace and unity to build a better Liberia. CMC, yes, 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 the time has come.
So let me say a pleasant good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of our many viewers. It's good to be back here tonight. This time of the day, based on your location, from wherever you're viewing us, it is our pleasure to be here with you. We're running a little late due to some technical glitch, but we are happy that we've managed to overcome that, and we are now live with you. For those of you joining us in Liberia, we know it is early morning now, but thanks for monitoring us via the radio stations you monitoring us on. In the next few days, we hope to expand our broadcast service, not just to Moserado via radio. Thanks to our political leader, we finally completed the arrangement for the Voice of Born in Banga. So this broadcast will be live in Central Liberia moving forward, hopefully as of next week. And then Nimba County Truth FM Secretary will also be joining us whenever the broadcast is on. Tonight is a very interesting night with our team, and we are happy to have Vic with us. Winston is also with us. And of course, Mr. Nangbit is also joining us on our set tonight. The political leader, Mr. Musad Hassan Bility, is also here with us, spending some time. Good to see you. And so let me welcome all of you just in 1 minute. Can we say hi to our viewers and audience following our broadcast? Let me start with you, Vic.
Hey, how are you? Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be here again. It is good to be here. So, I look forward to us discussing issue of importance to better our country, Liberia, and our surrounding. And I want to say thank you, Mr. Toby, for the efforts that you've been making today to have this show go on, and everyone else. Mr. Cooper, I want to say thank you. Mr. Victor, thank you so much, my And the rest of you, I want to say thank you. And to those of you that are watching, share the video, share the video. Thank you for watching. I mean, we already got viewers. We just started. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you. Let's start
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you, Vic. Winston, how's the end? You want to say a word or two quickly?
Thank you, Mr. Kobe, and let me say thanks to everyone who are viewing this morning from my end, and thanks to the PL for being here with us, and to the other panelists as well. You know, it's good to be here this morning to have the quality of determination for a better Liberia, and to also push the message of the CMC to resonate with the Liberians in the diaspora as well as Liberians in Liberia who are listening to us via the radio. So it's good to be here, and we look forward to a fruitful conversation with the PL and the rest of the other panelists today. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston. Mr. Nangwe?
Hey, Mr. Smith, good to be with you, man. Thank you ever so much for all that you do in the background. Let me also join my colleagues to say welcome to the PL and also welcome Winston all the way from Kigali, joining us from East Africa, and of course, Vicky, or shall we say my USA Canada chair, Ms. Sandola Zulu. It's good to be with you guys on set. Let me also say thanks to our audience for joining us. Continue to stay with us, please. Don't make this a secret. Invite someone, share the show. Come on, invite other people. Let's have a good time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And so let us allow our political leader, Honorability, just to say hi to our viewers, and then we'll kick the ball rolling.
Yes, thank you to our viewers, our people. Also, thank you to our leaders in here who have come from the various parts of work. Still find time to say hi. We're trying to build our own channel of communication. It's very vital to what TNT wants to do because we don't want to be like
Theo, you need to check your mic. You're coming in, but okay. But I'm not hearing the political leader. Winston, you want to see whether he's better at the end?
He's muted. No, we're not hearing him.
sorry. I realized I was muted.
Okay.
So I have to repeat. Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you. I was saying thanks to our leaders tonight, our chair, our SG is here, Smith, Winston. Thank you to everybody. We want to always say, thanks to our people, our viewership. This channel is going to go up. Our technicians are working. Uh, we're going to make sure the people in Bon County, the people in Lofa, plus the entire Western Belt, starting from tomorrow night, you'll be listening to us. The whole of Nima County will listen to us nightly. Grandchildren will listen to us. So we'll be covering Liberia, and if things work out, the show will start sooner. We'll have two segments so that we can have the opportunity for the folks in Liberia to come and do their part and leave, and then the folks in the US and in the diaspora can take over. So it will be an everybody show. In that way, we'll have more time, we'll have more time to speak to our people. And one thing I know in Liberia, the longer you stay with your people, the closer they get to you. So we'll continue. So thank you, everybody, uh, and have a pleasant discussion.
Thank you. I don't know where you're going to spend some time with us. If you will, then we'll be very happy because there are a few things maybe you want to provide for us in terms of information that we will be discussing here. There's a lot on our plate from the CMC end. We'll be looking at the pending activities that begins on tomorrow here in Mangibi. By the way, I'm already in Mangibi. I'm in Kakata this night on my way to Nyangoli, where the CMC, with its political leader, will be breaking grounds on tomorrow. So I'm already ahead of the team. We'll be talking about that tonight. The conversation on the Bond County Bridge project is taking a new dimension today. A letter of invitation to the Honorable Minister of Public Works for appearance on Tuesday. A communication from Bond County Representative Josiah Mervyn Cole. I will ask your view about that conversation that seems to be going on every time. It is not over until the CMC can get a logical conclusion as to whether they will build the bridge or not. We're reaching to a stage where the administrators of the people are getting involved. So we'll talk about it here tonight. The conversation on who's making progress on the scorecard. That's the big one in town right now. Everyone seems to be uh, doing comparison as to who's scoring good grades and who's failing. The Millennium Challenge Compact, the government thinks they've done well. The previous administration, so there seems to be different analysis coming in as to the workings of the government, what is there with the MCC. The party headquarter conversation has not ended. We are hearing that the Unity Party have said they will move back to their old headquarters after many years or months. That will be part of it. The controversial project in Foya, no ownership. Maybe we'll find out in our subsequent conversation as to who owns the property there in Foya. The government is state tight-lipped. Public Work got no idea. Executive Mansion has no idea. Press Secretary, no idea. Minister of State, no idea. Information Ministry, no idea. Who owns that property is $1 million question. Some are claiming now that it is a project being done by ArcelorMittal. As per what arrangement? Maybe we'll find out as we keep asking the question. But let me start with Vic, and let's talk about what we intend to do in the CMC range as of tomorrow. You all been talking about it. We are excited that again we are about to make history. We are about to provide service for the people of Mangibi, a school project. Today, the communication was sent to the Ministry of Education way ahead of groundbreaking again. So just so you know, they've given us a blueprint. We've accepted. We've done our portion of it. We resubmitted to the Ministry of Education. So our PL will be in Mangibidon tomorrow to break grounds for that project in Nyangoli. It's a difficult terrain, road to drive, but the CMCC no bar rule, so we will make our way there. Winston, let me start with you. Is it a news that we can appreciate that we again about to impact a community that has been lack of proper education, a school building that stopped to eighth grade, 235 students, 125 chairs, and we can do better than that as CMC.
So thank you so much, Mr. Tobe. I don't know whether my audio is okay
It's better.
because
Go ahead.
tonight I'm using different devices. So it's good to be here again. So like I've always said on the show, it's good that we have understood the problem of like when people. You know, we're not just speaking about the different problems that people are facing. We also identified and go to the needs of the people and go to the aid of the people as well. So it's good. It's good that we've been engaging with extremely important project within Liberia, especially with bridges connecting farm to market rules. And the most important thing about it, the educational sector. You know, if you the first thing if you reach in the district of the lawmaker on Musa Hassan Benite, you see that there are modern schools that he single-handedly built, you know, just to make sure that the people in your district get access to better educational system. And this come around that he's expounding uh, the building projects of schools across Liberia. I think it's a very good thing. And I think the way we have gone about it now, this come around, I don't think the government will have any excuse of stopping the CMC from reaching out to the citizen to make sure that the citizen get good lives, to make sure that they get better educational system. It's a good thing moving forward, and the fact that we have already presented the proposal or the draft of the project to the public works. I prayed and hope that is that public work that we presented to?
A Ministry of Education.
Yeah, Minister of Education, I'm sorry. The fact that we have presented the blueprint to Minister of Education, we pray that this come around, we will be allowed to do that project, because what CMC is bringing to the table 2029 is about tangible. We're not just making empty promises to the people, we making significant progress. We are extremely, changing the lives of the people. So this come around, we pray that Ministry of Education will be able to give all the access so we can do the development for the people. It's not about politics. This is the style of CMC. It's not really about politics. It's not just about criticizing. It's not about sitting there and just making everything the low political. It's about getting ourselves engaged. It's about considering the fact that the people are extremely suffering in Liberia. The people are extremely suffering. So we should go to the need of the people. We should be able to help the people to make sure that they get better education. So I just want to appreciate the PL and the entire CMC executive and all CMC supporters for fast tracking development that going to help to change the lives of the people. But I'm going to come back on this again, Mr. Tobe. I am doing my best to share the show in our different chat room in East Africa, and I appreciate the fact that we have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
P.
have to. Sorry, I have to. We have to make some technical adjustment. We're carrying this show on 2, 4, 6, 7 different platforms. So that is making the viewership to be less. So we're going to remove uh, CMC, the main CMC line. We're going to this program is going to stay on CMC diaspora. So we're going ahead now to remove all the other channels. So if you are watching this channel, you can just switch to CMT uh, uh, USA, Diaspora USA. That would be the channel. So we are moving it from SKTV, we are moving it from all the other channels because that has impact on our
Of
viewership.
viewers.
So I'm moving it now inside Liberia. I don't know which one is that. Inside Liberia is what?
It's the new one that is coming after the final technical work. The political laws adjustment will be inside Liberia to be coming later.
I mean, well, that's your face. It doesn't mean that. Do you want to carry that as your main line? Then we cut off the diaspora USA.
Not for tonight, Chief. Let's get it off at the appropriate time. We'll hook up to that channel.
Okay, so we'll keep inside Liberia on. So we'll move it from that different scene. I mean, we put it all over. It's not helping us. So I'm letting the listener know. Okay, it's on uh, political launch. So we are removing the political launch, right? Hello,
Yes,
Nikki.
I think the political launch is one of the premier one that most
channel.
most of the farmers been following from. I think we could consider that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we have CMC, Diaspora USA, we have Inside Liberia. That's it, and the political launch. So I remove all the other ones.
Political launch.
Yeah. So political launch
Okay.
is on Inside
All right. So
Liberia.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for the technical adjustment there. So Winston, we're just closing up. So let me come to you, Vic. Just to add up to the plan of the CMC again, not just doing rules. We are now focusing a little bit. Now we're going to education, specifically in my GB. We talked about this a few weeks back, but we're talking hours now ahead of the groundbreaking, and it's going to be a very um, good scene on tomorrow. The people in the town look very excited. They want to see that project come to life. Today they had a representation at the party's headquarters. But let me hear you speak to the specific on the groundbreaking of a school for underprivileged, disadvantaged people in Nyangoli, a town here in Mangibi.
Thank you so much for giving me that opportunity again to speak on that. So first of all, there is a reason of what the Liberians did today in Liberia when a brand new bus or buses were passing, and then they started booing the buses. Is now one of those progress that Liberian people actually rejoice. That will make them to rejoice. I usually say this, that our Liberian people that I know, that I believe in so much, their mindset is changing. I say this every day and I will repeat. Liberian people mindset is changing. Do not sleep on Liberian people. Liberian people used to be kind of content kind of people, easily satisfied. But they saw brand new buses passing today and they started to boo. That is just saying that people are not prioritizing right. CMC building school, I could see that coming. We could just vision that. It's not that we decided to start to build school instead of bridges, but we know how to prioritize. The CMC know how to prioritize. They look at what the most important thing that the librarian need. They do needs is an assessment, and they know what the librarian people really in need of. Education, the reason why all this unnecessary riot go about people, doing violence, some of it is because of it's due to not being educated. Education is very important. Let me tell you how much Liberian needs school. Liberian needs school like than anything, any infrastructure at that result. I would say I'm saying this from experience. Last year March, I was in Liberia with my organization that I'm part of, the UNICO, United Nema Citizen Council. I'm the chairperson in Minnesota here, and we went over there to do a groundbreaking launcher last year March. And I tell you what, we already have a building that is built and everything is completed. We were supposed to go this December. In fact, school opens in September.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to go September to do a launcher. Before we could make up our mind to even make benches or armchairs, people were already in the classroom. The family members, the parents, the faculties, they were calling, begging that we understand that you guys want to come and do a launcher here or grand opening. But then we really in need. And the reason of that school, the reason why we went together as colleagues and chose that project, it was because there was a lot of projects that our national president actually went to Liberia. He did an assessment and brought it on board. But that identical town used to seek education in the nearby town, which is my own town. It's called Nembe. And these little kids, there was no elementary school over there. These kids used to travel to go to the nearby school. And guess what happened? They used to be hit by cars, motorbikes, and then and die through the process. Imagine babies seeking education dying. So that story was just so sorrowful that we couldn't pass. That was the reason of that school. So I'm just saying this to say how much people need school. People don't care about uniform. The parents don't care about uniform, but there should be something they call classroom. In fact, the citizens of that town, when they were asking that we do that project, they said they only want something that is called a building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all they were asking. They wanted something that would be called a building. Just put anything down and put Zen over it. We want more than what they were asking for, just so the kids can go to school and they can stop dying on the road while going to school. So school is important, and with the strength of the CMC, I knew CMC was coming to school, to building school, and I'm so excited about that. They know what our citizens need. They know what our citizens need. So building school in my Gibi is something that excites me because we need education, we need schools. So the CMC know exactly what to do and how to go about, building these things. So I just want to say again, bravo to the CMC, Mr. Musa Hassan Bediti. I don't even know what to say. You are prioritizing right. you are doing the right thing, you're doing everything in order. You know the Liberian people. You really do know Liberian people, and because of that, you know what Liberian people do need.
Okay, Vic, I'll come
For
back
this,
to you,
so
but
I just want to
let
say,
me
I
let
just
me
want to say
bring
thank
in
you.
Mr. Nangbe
Right.
now. We know very well that the CMC is introducing a new dynamics in our body politics. And like we've said here, times of our numbers now, that normally you wouldn't see political actors going about in towns and villages, maybe except for a year to election or maybe few months to election, and then they start to make promises. From the end of the CMC is a different approach. uh, they are cutting across the country, making intervention, even though the government of the day sees it as a competitive stuff. But the CMC seem to be introducing more competition in the political land space. Mangibi is the place where Senator Nupe hails from. Natana Mangeo is a sitting senator of this county. There are several other lawmakers. The town that we are going in tomorrow to break ground for the school has been there for years. They got a structure that stopped the eighth grade, Mr. Nambe. They got 200 plus students, but they got 125 chairs. So if you are opportune to go to school in that community after eighth grade, your parents will start to struggle now to send you a distance from that town to Kakata to come to further your education. The CMC thinks differently. They think that we can expand the facility, build an annex, take it to high school to relieve the parents worrying about the kids after eighth grade to come to Kakata to further their education. They will come to Kakata and then do other stuff, maybe seek higher education. But again, it is our way of introducing a new phase in our ballot politics. The groundbreaking is on tomorrow. Let me hear your take.
Well, first of all, let me congratulate the CMC and also the political leader. Just like Vega was saying, this is called being in touch with the people, understanding what their immediate priorities are. The situation you just described, parents, residing far away from Kolkata, and they want their children to continue to go to school. Why? Because the parents always want their offsprings to do better than they did. So our people want their children to go to school, but they have been restricted because of the locations, proximity to the metropolis, which is Kakata, and the CMC, has realized that. And again, you guys are on the ground. You travel the country, back and forth. The people talk to you, and so you understand what the needs are. And so the need was felt by the CMC, as was expressed by our people in Margibi, that they wanted the children to go to school near them where they are, not sending them far away, and so they needed help. And so the CMC, yes, Musa Asambelete is representative for district number 7 in
Bimba.
Bimba. Exactly, but he's crossing all the way over, right? Crossing over Bong, coming all the way to Margibi to bring relief to our people. This is development without borders, and we hail the CMC. We have our detractors. They will say whatever they want, but our people appreciate what we do. I mean, just go and listen to the video of the people in around the Jaw River area. They have said it. They've waited for years. The government never showed up, and the CMC shows up all of a sudden. The government now is saying, what, we're going to do this all alone anyway, so we're going to do it. And the people are saying no. We want the CMC to do it because the CMC is the only party that seems to have recognized the urgency of our plight. They've come out, they procured the equipment, everything's on site. They're ready to go. And so, yeah, we will continue to show to our people what is possible, what a good government is supposed to do for its people. Yeah, you said it right. Senator Nukwe is being in the legislature like forever. He's from Argubi, and yet his people are languishing, and he goes to work every day enjoying himself while the people, are going through so much hardship. And so the CMC will show to them this is what is possible, this is what the government is supposed to do, and we will continue. Look, we know we're almost 4 years out. We
Mhm.
understand that. We're not a flash in the pan. We're not just, election time, election nearing. This is not what we're about. So we have 4 years to show to our people, what we're actually about. And people are saying, yeah, oh, this is gonna fail, they're gonna run out of steam and all of that. All of this is programmed, all of this is factored in. So we're ready to go. And so tomorrow we'll be following. We also, urge our audience to follow us tomorrow in Mount Gibby, where we'll be breaking ground for this school. And congratulations, again to the CMC. And I'm very happy for the people of Mount Gibby. And this is just one of several that the CMC is going to be doing. The political leader has indicated that over and over that the CMC is going to touch every county with a major project before 2029. That is our objective. We're going to do it. We started from Nimba, we're going through Bong, we're coming through Malgibi, we were in Bapulu, Senator Bodo Cannon, they chased us there. We went to do a bridge there, they came in, they brought the soldiers, they brought the police and all of that. We left, they haven't done the post bridge. And now we came into Bong County, they came there, they said, no, they haven't. We will see. So we will draw them out. We will draw this government out and force it to be responsible. This is an irresponsible government. They spent over 1.6 billion since they came in. The PR done the math. Everybody has 738 million last year, 880 million this year. You put that together, over 1.6 billion dollars. What do we have to show for all this money?
Mhm.
Now they're bringing 1.2 billion. How much of that is appropriated for development? So-called 280 million. That's less than 25%. The
Mhm.
rest of that money is going to Jolly Jolly. And so we'll show our people what is possible, what a good government is supposed to do for its people. So I'm very excited. We're very, very excited about what the CMC is doing. I have been around
Okay.
for quite a while. I've never seen politics being done this way. Where you go to the people and begin to deliver before you even ask them to put you in the office. This is politics done differently and politics done right.
Okay, Mr. Nambe, I will definitely come back to you. We stay in the CMC news cycle before we flip into other issues. I hope that the PEO will return on our set so that we can ask him individually a few questions as to his address about the budget. Of course, there are other issues. Maybe individually we can throw the question his way before he slip off our set tonight. But let me come to Winston. Um, since we stayed in the CMC news cycle, let's talk a little bit about this Bond County Bridge project. You heard Mr. Nangbe, and I know he will follow elaborate once we return to him to speak to that. The lawmaker, Honorable Josiah Bevin Cole, who is the sitting representative of District Number 3. Now that the conversation around the bridge, the people that are calling on, the county authority, they have appealed through different forms that the CMC should not remove the materials because we've written uh, telling them that if nothing is done from the end of the lawmaker and the county authority, those materials were to be relocated to Lofa and that of Nimba. That news having gone down well with the people of Bond County, they've put so much pressure on their county authority. So the discussion has reached a point now that Honorable Cole has written the plenary of the House of Representatives. The Minister of Public Works has been urged to appear along with his same technical people that said the CMC should submit blueprint, and they will be telling the plenary that serve as the direct representation of the Liberian people as to why they intended to stop the CMC from doing the breach. That is one of the many stages of trying to find a solution for the commencement of that bridge project. Do you see that as a welcoming development? Are you thinking that we are far in progress now that the CMC will for sure live up to her commitment to the people of Bond County, especially those around the District 3 area, Winston?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tobe. And I think this is quite interesting, and it's something that we should keep talking about all the time. But one thing before I make any statement here, I want to first and foremost take the time to appreciate the people of Bond County. You know, the people, the effort of the people of Bond County stood tall to call the attention of the House of Representatives to have hearing, you know, call for hearing from public works to make sure that, there are different findings about the project and everything they are saying about putting stop to the project to see what reason, what supported reason are they saying this for. I think it is because of the consistent requests from the people, because I have been following some of the different activities within Bond County. Most of the community radio stations within Bond County, all of the time, this is one of the major talking point for most of the radio stations in Bond County. And you've been seeing um, community chairmen, you've been seeing, elders, you've been seeing young people, women coming together to keep calling on the government to give the go ahead to CMC to construct this bridge. And one of the things that people putting the government feet to fire on is that the people are asking that when Honorable Musa Hassan Benedict built that Moreland Bridge in Nima County, that electrified bridge, there were no question about why isn't building bridge in Nima County, we're going to stop it and we're going to do this. Why this come around? He's in Bond County and want to build bridge for the people of Bond County, one of the historical bridge, one of the monumental projects within Bond County. And the people of Bond County and some lawmakers in Bond County and other, officials are influencing, public works to not allow CMC to build this bridge. So that has been one of the major concerns of the people. So with this clear indication, they have been putting the government feet to fire to make sure that public work can make the release for CMC to build this bridge. And the latest one is just about the statement that CMC made that, if public work cannot give us the go ahead, we're going to relocate this project because there are other places within the country that we need to develop. It's not in the Bond County alone. But this is concerning to me. For me, I think the people of Bond County deserve better. If the government allocate money to build bridge in Bond County, I think it's going to do more justice to the people of Bond County. We have the CMC want to build this bridge. Since the government already have money to build another bridge in Bond County, there are so many areas within Bond County that still need to be connected. There are so many, farm to market roads in Bond County that need bridge. So at the end of the day, the government can still divert that fund to somewhere else and construct another bridge for the people of Bond County. But they should not be politically motivated. They should not, politicize the project that's going to serve as a milestone for the people of Bond County, or this monumental project that's going to change the lives of the people in Bond County. Mr. Toby, I spent the rest of my life in Bond County. I went to school in Bond County. At a certain point in time, when I was doing my national exam, where they're talking about is one of the major crossing points for people who walk by line, people who do not have money to get a motorbike to take car to go to the other part of Banga. So I can remember when I was writing national exam, I used to take shortcut there. We'll take our trousers and our clothes, we'll put them on our head, walk in the water, just to make sure and get access to that place to make sure and go to where we were doing our exam. So this, if you see the reason why the people of Bond County standing up is that since 1822, since Liberia was established 1822, no day you have ever seen any government official to go and do assessment in that particular location to say we want to get bridge for the people. Now the people of Bond County concerned, if the government saying that they already put money in the budget for the construction of this bridge, why the government did not send people to come and do assessment? They only have to wait for Honorable Musa Hassan to come and say, you know what, I want to help Marvin Cole to build this bridge in the district. So the people are even concerned as to whether this bridge project is going to be completed, is going to be built by the government. So I think it's a wake-up call for the government. The fact that the people of Bond County have stood tall. And today I follow one of the premier platform in Bond County, Super Bongi, hosted the community chairman for Chief Compound. As a matter of fact, I think the project is around the Chief Compound bell there. And the community chairman came out and spoke about, spoke about the project, the commencement of the project. He called on the central government to give chance for this project to go on, because it's going to save lives of thousands of Bongis. So it's not about politics, it's about the very same people we serve. So we are calling on officials of Bond County to stand by Honorable Musa Hassan Benedict and stand by Honorable Marvin Cole to make sure that public work can do the release for this project to be done in the interest of the people of Bond County. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston. Thank you, and I'm sure that we will keep our eyes on the unfolding because the CMC is interested. The materials are stayed in Bond County. The county authority now is with the national legislature, specifically the House of Representatives, where the Minister of Public Works will be, making his way to answer questions as to why they put out hot to the bridge project in Bond County. But Vic, let me come to you because the major excuse or reason that the Ministry of Public Work gave in their communication to the CMC was that they have allocated monies for the bridge in Bond County, and there was no specific budget line. So when the pronouncement came, we all went back to the 2005 budget to check whether there was anything captured in that budget for the bridge. We did not see a dime in the budget for the bridge. 2 days ago, I listened to the Minister of Public Works on one of the media outlets, and he said they placed the money in the 2026 budget. So that means this draft budget is where they've now put the money to do the bridge. Why are they treating the bungies, with this up and down kind of disinformation and misinformation? If you say you already had the money in the budget, we were still talking in the current budget here because the new budget is still in draft stage is going to go for scrutiny. Allocation will be made before we get to know what is in that budget. So now the people of Bonkande are requesting he's going to go to the House of Representatives to give reason. What do you expect, Vic?
So first of all, I hear you said Sarah Stein, county authorities. So I am asking myself, county authority, does that include the superintendent?
Of course, the superintendent. She's the vast juror, but she's the in our setting, she's the direct representative of the president in the county.
So I just want to say a very big thank you to the people of Bonkani and Miss Honorable Code, for actually taking the step that they are taking. I think from the initial stage, I said one thing here that the thing about CMC, what makes us different from others is we don't fight. We fight in a good way. We don't curse people. We are not noise maker. We don't talk unnecessarily. And we believe in authority. So when it first came, what I said was up to the people of Bonkani to stand up for themselves. They are the highest decision-making body. Everything that we are doing is in favor of the people of Bonkandi. So they have to stand up for themselves. And I see that it could be that they didn't listen to me or they were not listening to me. I see that they actually standing up for themselves because it makes no sense to stop that project. So it's good that we are getting somewhere with that negotiation. And I know when the people speak, when the Liberian people speak, we got to listen. They are the largest decision-making body. The people cannot say they want the project and then be a county authority, legislature, or president of Liberia, or public work minister to put stop to it. If the people say they want it and they're standing up for themselves, they will get what they want or what they're standing up for. I just want to say thank you to the people of Bonkante on that issue. And another thing again that you said was the letter requesting that actually stating that that the government has budgeted for the bridge. The very next day, the budget leaked. We saw the budget, and there was nothing of such on the budget for Bonkante people. Once again, the people of Liberia mindset is changing. Bonkante has suffered some problem in the past. People have gone to Bonkante, make farm, the biggest farm, and the Bonkante benefit nothing. And the people cannot just sit there and they don't benefit from the government all the time. They promise them and saying they will do this and they don't do it. The people mindset are changing. The people know, they know everything. So everybody know the thing about I don't want to say the Unity Party, about our current government is that How in this world, let's be responsible. I think somebody talked earlier about responsibility. How something that is not based on facts, how comfortable are you to put it in press, put it out there, put it in a letter that will go on press that, oh, we got this bridge cover and it's not on the budget. How responsible is that? How are they not afraid when they lie to the Liberian people? Or what do they take the Liberian people for? It scares me. I mean, they don't care about the Liberian people. What in the world? So, like I said, we look at the budget, it wasn't in the budget. So they lie about it. And now because they lie, they're trying to cover up and say, oh, it wasn't that budget, it's this budget because they know we don't have access to that budget. The money that was just allocated, the 1.5 billion, right? Ready?
1.2.
1.2 billion is now the money is now where the budget is going to come from to build a bridge. Can't you see that it's a lie? It's clear lie, and these people just wanted to sabotage the development of Musa Hassan Bility. They wanted to politicalize everything that because he's doing this, he went to Nima and he all over the place. So they were trying to sabotage that. That's what I see. It was complete politics, and now that they are even coming together, I guess they know that it was wrong, and the Liberian people actually condemned that it was wrong. So they're trying to find a common ground, which is not bad. We look forward to that. We look forward to the common ground. We look forward to meeting the county authority meeting with the House of Representatives so we can see how best we can help our people because they're really in need. They cry for it. They do need it. Thank you.
Okay, Vic. Thank you. Mr. Dangbe, so if the Minister of Public Works, who have said that they've allocated the money in the budget, is now being summoned, do you expect a change in their conversation? Maybe on Tuesday, he's going to the House of Representatives as per the request of that body to give them reason as to why the CMC should not build the bridge for the people of Bond County. Bond County needs it. They've talked about it. The citizens are getting angry and they are asking the authority to not allow the CMC to relocate the materials out of Bond County. Now the Minister of Public Works has been invited. What do you expect to hear on Tuesday?
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, I expect the legislature is a house of elders. This is where reason prevails. There's several reasons why I believe that there's going to be a change of mind on the part of the Minister of Public Works. One, they don't have the money. The government doesn't have the money. That is a fact. Yeah, they stopped us, before they even released the draft budget. They said they had the money in the budget that is already ending, and now they're telling us no, we might have it in the budget that is coming up. They don't have the money, so that's one. Two, this is a government that preaches, public-private partnership. What is wrong with partnering? I think it's a smart move on the part of the government, and I think a lot of the people in the legislature will see that for what it is. That this is a smart move to invite. Yes, Minister of Public Works, you should regulate the process, and we submitted our documentations. They did not stop us because our documentation was deficient or in any way substandard. They said they would do it themselves, but they don't have the capacity to do it. They don't have the money. And the people in Bonkate, they know that. Our elders know that. And that's why they're telling the government, no, we don't want you to do it. We want the CMC to do it. Because one, they've seen the replacement that they try to make in Bapulu, substandard bridge. Someone was talking, I think they on the same clip. You go there, they got the pieces of zinc there, you could, slip and fall off the bridge. So our people know. And the people in the legislature, I think they know that. And so they're going to tell the government, look, this is not smart trying to fight the CMC because this is going to be a long, drawn out, I don't want to say fight, but it's going to be a long, drawn out, hide and seek, if I should call it that. Catch me if you can. Because we're not going to stop. I mean, we indicated this. This is, first of a few counties that we will start working, but we are going to go all around the country. The government doesn't have the capacity to do that. And I think the reason is going to prevail. I believe that after this hearing, They will tell the public work minister, to stand down and allow the CMC to continue. And we are ready to go. We're ready to go.
Okay, so that's it. I think we can wrap up now on the CMC aspect of what we got on our plate. Let's focus a little bit on some of the other trending news in the country. And the big news and the conversation around the debate is about the Millennium Challenge Compact Scorecard. I'm aware all of you may have seen it and read it, and you've been following the debate, because the reason why it is interesting, the government of the day, when they were in opposition, took the conversation around the scorecard to be a very important discussion. And every time that scorecard came out, there were condemnation, criticism, performance update on the CDC, in terms of the way the government were performing according to the indicators. So I remember when CDC made a successful pass out of 14 out of the 20 indicators on the scorecard. The government of today blasted the CDC, they criticized performance, and there was a lot of different things said about those who were working in the weird administration. So since 2018, moving forward to 2023, now to 2026, there are several things on the scorecard that remain constant, even though the percentage in terms of the score fluctuates. So the issue of the government control of corruption, for example, is something that has appeared several times in the scorecard with different scores. So every government as of 2018 to 2023 and then up to 2026, they've passed on that particular subject, control of corruption. But the points varies between 0.10 in 2018. In 2023, under the under the CDC, Liberia again passed on the issue of corruption, but at that point, it was 0.08. That was under the CDC administration. The United Party in the 2006 MCC scorecard, they also passed with a score of 56%, totaling 0.09%. But this is something interesting that the data on the scorecard shows, and those who've been doing the analysis have been trying to provide some of the analysis about that. So the CDC passed on several important indicators in the MCC scorecard during their administration. For example, CDC did very well in the rule of law in terms of the percentage that they passed. So they were 54%. Freedom of information, they went 88%. Trade policy was 74%. Access to credit was 72%. Inflation, 7.8 was the score. Health expenditures was 64%. Land rights and access was 77%. Gender in the economy was 77%. Market competitiveness was 60%. And there was a lot of green indicators under the CDC administration. In the 2026 MCC scorecard, the United Party has failed, and they failed in rule of law. They have failed in government effectiveness. They failed in trade policy. They failed in access to credit. They failed in workforce development. For that one, there was no data collected on that one. Natural resources protection, they also failed. girls' primary education competition, they also fail. Child health, they fail. Business startup, they also fail. So, looking at the scorecards and the conversation, if you pass 11 out of 20 and thinking that the subject you pass in are not your major subject, how do you boast of passing when you pass in your minors and fail in your major? Winston, I'm sure you've been reading the scorecard. What is your take?
So thank you, Mr. Tove. And I think this is a very interesting conversation around the MCC scorecards. So there are a couple of things that I've seen here so far on the scorecard, but what I want to speak on, I will be specific about the employment, employment rates. I think this government, campaigns strongly on, the employment strategies within Liberia and, the low employment rate on the CDC-led government. I think that was one of the major campaign of this government. And they also spoke about rule of law during that regime. So if you see on the MCC scorecard, you'll see that CDC score 100% on the employment rate. CDC score 100% on the employment rate.
Mhm.
But if you see, what you see here for 2026 is 9%. So that means employment dropped by 91%, on the Unity Party government. And if you also see resources protection, you see that the government score about 40 something percent out of 46 or 45. The
Mhm.
resources protection. So this is where I want to come in. You know, one of the things why that you saw today, even today, or all of the time you've been seeing that when there are little protests, you know, everybody in Liberia want to go and protest because people just want to get themselves doing something. People
Mhm.
just want to get themselves busy with something. When there are little protests, even like what happened today, when the police went to red lights with the coat carrying, you saw that ordinary citizens went to execute the duty of policemen and sheriff men. They
Mhm.
wanted to got themselves involved because they needed something to do. So and this is the interesting part of it. You have country that had over 5 point something million population, and the employment rate is just 9%. The government took the employment rate from 100%, they brought it to 9%. So at the end of the day, you see that a lot of people in the country will be less busy. You see people will just want to get themselves involved with anything that will just keep them busy. So I think this government really got to do their best to lay up to their campaign messages that they promised the Liberian people that they were going to create jobs, they were going to create employment opportunity. It's so frustrating to see that MCC rating proved that the government on employment, the government have 9%. And I go to the resources. I will still come back on the employment rate, but let's go to the resources. Liberia is at the verge of signing one of the critical mineral agreement in the history of Liberia again, the Arsenal Mental Deal. And I think this MCC scorecard should serve as a message to the government that this come around when we are going into this agreement, we should make sure that there should be a reserve. This agreement should reflect the lives of the people. I follow Mr. Jackson on OKFM when you were talking about Liberia. Why Liberia will be one of the gold production countries in the world, but we cannot have a gold reserve. So I think this scorecard is also reflecting the issue about not protecting our resources in terms of having a gold reserve, and also making sure that we have a good memorandum of understanding with those, concession company. Because all of the time, what we've been seeing is that government, that from year past, government been doing, mineral agreement in the interest of the elite people. So I think this come around, the United Party government have to really consider that this is not reflecting good for us. The resources in Liberia is not being protected, and employment rate is very low. So the government needs to do more. This is why the government have to do partnership. The government have to partner with private investors. Like, when the PL hires storage around when it hires storage to LPRC, I think it also created jobs. There are hundreds of Liberians who were employed. By the end of the day, when politics came in, people politicized this whole thing and make it look that, we don't have to allow our own Liberian brothers and sisters to invest in our own country. At the end of the day, this is what we are resulting to. The government now will be taking employment rate from 100%, bringing it down to 9%. Look at it, they have a reduction there. And the very same resources that we have as a country is not being protected. And girls' education, again, is another thing. We're not providing education. Child health, if you see, health is one of the foundation of every country. If you cannot have a safe environment, if you cannot have a good health system, at the end of the day, where are you going as a country? If you see the health sector, we scored 36%. I think this is one of the frustrating part of our country. If you go to most of the health facility, there is no drugs. Health workers are not being paid properly. The health facility is not, well sophisticated. There is no, morally health, materials to be able to give the people the quality of health they deserve. So this is what we get as a country. So I think this come around, the government really got to function well, and the resources that's 20%. So it's so frustrating, it's phobic, and I look forward to seeing this government being engaged more. This is why we are saying CMC is going to do something different. We're going to do something different and something very bigger. Everyone in Liberia going to win bigly because we're going to consider the health sector. We're going to consider the resources. Our resources need to be reserved. There should be respect for our resources. Our resources should reflect the very same Liberians who homes and property is being affected or are affected by the mining of these different companies. And lastly, I think the issue about the employment will be one of the major concerns of CNC. This is why we have started already as a party. We have created opportunity for young Liberians and making sure that Liberians are being employed in their different areas to get daily bread for their family. Thank you.
Thank you, Winston. Thanks for picking your take on the indicators, especially the ones that you highlighted to talk about with the Unity Party-led administration. Vic, let me come to you. I know you've gone through the indicators, but on the issue of rule of law, the CDC and that of the Unity Party, the CDC did perform according to the MCC scorecard as compared to the Unity Party. There's so much in terms of violence, lawlessness, police brutality, the way they go about arresting people is becoming chaotic. And then on the issue of girls' primary education, you are a female. I want you to put that in context. And let me have you say on that, and maybe another indicator that is of concern to you.
Yes, thank you so much. So the issue about rule of law, I mean, it's something that I don't think any Liberian is surprised of. During the time of the city, the thing is, when we're ready to make, or when we're about to make this comparison, we choose our word very carefully because we are being accused to be the helping verb or exonerate to the CDC. So, but then it cannot stop us from saying the truth or what the actual truth is. Yeah. So it was clear during the CDC. Now I'm so kind of like with CMC. During the CDC led government, it's true. There was violence. There was violence too. There was not violence, but there was killing. There was silent killing. The only problem that I used to have with my former president was, he was not the one doing the killing. I always used to tell people that. People think it was George Weah. No. My only problem I have with George Weah was he could not address things that were going on, issues that were going on, because of the seeing hate, because of politics. People used to just go and do criminal acts and just so it would look like it was George Weah administration or it was bad governance. But it wasn't him. My only problem with him, if I know we know it's not you. I mean, some people that we know back in the days, our own normal days when they were in office, they used to do the killing. The very next morning, they will have press conference. And it will be that, oh, citizens of Liberia is bereaved when they have just killed a fellow man. Liberia is believed, and all flesh should be hanging halfway because Liberia is believed. Guess who killed that person? That person, the person before Eddie. I would say that for free. But they didn't come with solidarity that, oh, this thing is happening to my country. And then his timing of celebration was not, in line. It was not in line with the with what was going on in the country. So people thought that he didn't care. Somebody died last night and he's dancing in the church or he's doing praise and worship. But he wasn't actually the one doing that. This led government started from the initial stage with violence. Did you guys see how many persons died during the campaign of the Unity Party? Did you in Foya, in Lofa? Did you see how people were killing each other? People, men and women were chased, and they actually killed them, burning people. Did you guys see the amount of violence from the very beginning? This campaign was nicknamed the most bloody campaign. And guess who were doing that? People was being killed in the street. Young children were being killed in the street, stoned to death. So these people came with this thing. I usually refer to them as angry, I will say that again, angry winners. They don't see Liberia, they see Liberia as all the rest of Liberians are their competitors. They don't see them that those are people they are governing. They see them as their competitors. All they do is to fight. They politicize everything. Everything. That's why they're not keeping their focus on what they're supposed to be doing. They see everything as competition. No. Now you are our leaders. Lead us and don't fight with us. We are not your competitors. You are our leaders. Forget about us. Focus on what you're supposed to be doing for Liberia. It is true when it comes to rule of law. See how many police brutality. See how the police and the citizens are fighting. I think they are the two oppositions now. Police and citizens are the opposition of Liberia now. Like my brother spoke about, Mr. Cooper spoke about what happened today in Liberia. Police is standing there, and then these people that committed, or I don't know whatever they were saying, this press guy saying that, oh, now the police is standing here watching the surveillance. Who you referring to as surveillance? The surveillance are now throwing stone at the Madingo people, and the police is watching here standing. Man, you guys are going viral. You guys are going viral. It was wrong. We only need a police intervention. Like my brother said, it could be that these people don't have anything to do. That's why they were doing that. And anything to do has to do with unemployment rate too. Having nothing to do has to do with unemployment rate too. That the score is actually showing clearly. They have nothing to do. People are not employed. People are crying. Even people that was on the team, people that made sacrifices, they cannot find a job. Yeah, that was a good point about them, collaborating with other private entities. They are not doing that. The people, they all about themselves. They see everybody as a competition. So tell me how they're going to come, and collaborate with somebody like Musa Hassan Benete and say, hey, that make a deal. The government cannot employ everybody. Do this, and they're talking about this percentage. Hire this person or get these people and employ them. No, they see everybody as the competition. That is the problem. So for me, I'm not surprised. That's why the people are crying.
Okay.
And the good thing now is precise on paper that everybody is looking at. Thank you.
Thank you, Vic. And Mr. Nangbe, so we are on the indicators now, specifically on the ones being marked by the analysts, those that consider failed indicators by the Unity Party-led government. We're talking about rule of law, effectiveness, government effectiveness, trade policy, access to credit, workforce development. They filled in all of those according to the indicators on the MCC scorecard. Also, natural resource protection, girls' primary education, were all of those things captured as field stuff under the Unity Party. Which one of them do you think is of concern to you? You want to talk about the PL has rejoined us. We've got a few questions for him before we leave the set tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about rule of law. I mean, that
Okay.
has been the rule of law, the respect for the rule of law. That has been the burning issue. They have never been able to get past that. From the illegal removal of the speaker and everything, illegal removal of tenure workers. The rule of law has been the Achilles heel. They have never been able to pass that score. But let me show you this: investing in people. Overall, the past 2 out of 6 indicators investing in people. They talk about workforce development. That is, training our people, training people. They feel miserably in that. Natural resource protection. You said that we have a major resource development agreement on the horizon with Metal. Management of our natural resources, protection of our resources. They failed that miserably. And then you talk about primary girls, primary education completion rate of our young girls. I mean, all of us, we see the children out in the streets. Everybody got a little tray on their head, selling $50, 50 cent worth of either peanuts or fry planting or whatever it is, when they should be in school. So these are major indicators, and they portend danger for the future, because these are the people we're all going to leave the country to. We don't have a choice. A few years from now, we'll all be gone, and these are the young people we're leaving the country to run the country. But we're filling them. So we're filling the country, right? Government effectiveness, we're filling that. So these are major, and I don't know about the people who are rejoicing. Ever since you have been going to school, when you made 55, I don't know anywhere where it was ever considered a passing grade. But this government, the total scorecard here, yeah, they failed 12 out of 22. That's 55. And they're celebrating all over the place. It boggles my mind, because they've been passing this in from the time they came into office. When are we going to see the money? Because they haven't passed the threshold to unlock the money, and they don't understand that. They don't understand that. So this is a feel-good moment for them. They can go ahead and bluff and say whatever they want to say, but we're in trouble. We're in trouble. So I'm looking at you speaking here. Rule of law. This is major. This is what brings investors into the country when they feel the environment is not conducive, because we don't respect the law. We don't respect contract. You get in the money, you scratch your head, you say, I don't like the other contract. You know why? You throw that out the window. That is a problem. That is a problem. And we're not doing well on this front. So child health, again, talking about protecting our future. We're not, So we're passing a budget for $1.2 billion. I keep coming to that. Only 280 million of that we're putting aside to do any and everything. The rest of it is going to recurring expenditure, scratch car, gasoline for, generator. That's what we're putting the money to. So it is a very sad state of affairs. The CMC has made clear how we think the government should be run. What needs to be done to turn things around. First, you got to curb this waste, fraud, and abuse. People flying all over the place, places they don't need to go. Number of people who don't need to go. How about we try and tighten things up, right? How about we try and streamline the expenditure, the tax collection system? I know the government is proposing, digitizing the system and all of that, but hey, it's been almost 2 years. When is it going to happen? And now, instead of collapsing the government, we are bloating the government. The government continues to create new agencies. I think there are 1 or 2 new agencies coming, on the front. These people have to be paid. So now, right now, in this budget, about 70, almost 78% of it is going down to recurring expenditure. When
Okay, thank you.
we should be doing the best we can to bring it down to 50% or less.
Thank you.
But if
Thank you,
we
Mr.
keep
Nambe.
bloating the payroll and hiring, we're never gonna make it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Nangbe. I saw you made a very salient point on the rule of law that the government failed in and several other indicators here. Let's welcome back Honorable Musad Hassan Belete. He's been in the back. I'm sure he's been following our conversation very well, even though we are at the tail end now. But for you, we will stay on for the next few minutes because we got a few questions maybe we want you to speak to our viewers and listeners about. But let's bring you in from where we are currently on this MCC scorecard with all of the indicators. It's like you pass your you fail your major and pass your minor. That's how it seemed to be on the scorecard. All of the major things that should qualify us in the indicators seem to be filled by the Unity Party. And rule of law is something that you stand for. You talk a lot about rule of law. Is that a fair grade for the Unity Party that they failed among the indicators on the rule of law?
Look, Smith, I look at this differently. First, let me say to the team tonight, you registering your highest number of audience on the show ever since.
Yeah.
You're almost at the 300 mark. Um, so we have good improvement. Shutting down some of the channels also help, and the show is getting more and more interesting. Hopefully, within a week, we should be hitting the 1,000, 2,000 mark, so that CMC people can come and listen to objective stuff. But going through this uh, MCC report, it just tells you that United Party is shameless. The people that they remove, they say they will do better than those people. They people score 14.
Mm-hmm.
And
14 out of 20.
They were counting these people.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you talking about? I mean, they did not even reach CDC mark. I mean, something wrong with our country. I mean, just for those who run in the country to even think that the rest of us will not be able to process that, is something fundamentally is wrong with Liberia. Because, I mean, you see their post there, the people putting it on now. They were the Steve Johnson, the Mo Ali. I mean, they were taunting this government for scoring 14. And they scored 12, 2 points less than Georgia. Then they are celebrating. What more can we discuss? This is a government with 12-year experience. These are people who say they can do better. So, for me, Victor, this government will get worse and worse and worse. I want to speak to what happened to Relay today. I think it's what you saw in Relay is just a symptom of what is wrong in our country, And I want to put it to Reggie. Look at the young people that were saying those things. You know that they were not to themselves. You know that they were under the influence of something. And again, you want to ask where are our political parties? Where is the president? Where is the vice president? Where is the moral voice of our society when things like that happen? We should condemn it. I mean, for us as CMC here, we condemn what happened today. But most importantly, any attempt at violence on both sides is also condemned. No one has the right to take the law into their own hand, and we should respect the law. I always urge people. It is in the most difficult period that you have to say the truth. And whether the judgment was passed wrongly, whether it was passed rightly, a judgment was passed. And anything that you do now to defy that judgment, then you become instigator of violence. You may not be the one that carried out the violence today, but you could have prevented it by adhering to court order. If you feel that you have not been treated fairly by the court, you have means to go up and up and up. And if you feel that your human right is abused, you can even go to courts. Having said that, I think the police should have done a little more. I think they should have deployed sooner. But you have to remember, I keep saying this, Smith, our police don't have capacity. They don't have capacity. The budget the people just put, they even the security budget went up, but the police budget went down. And so if they have more capacity, the thing that happened today will probably not happen. So we need to educate people. We need to educate people that there's nothing beyond court order. When the court says you do it, try to avoid them. But once the court says yeah, you can do otherwise. The second thing is don't take the law in your own hand. No matter how angry you are, don't take the law in your own. But for the police to be sitting down and a group of, I think, less than 10 or 15 young men, you know, dancing and singing and chanting the name of a particular tribe, all of us in Libya, you have a moral obligation not to air certain things that will inflame emotion in our society. There are plenty of things that CNN and BBC and Al Jazeera they don't air because the editors will say this is going to inflame the situation. So we have to watch those things. We have to be careful. I urge everybody to be calm. I urge the police to launch an immediate investigation and that all those who are responsible for what happened today must be brought to justice, no matter what side you on. So for me, it tell you how the government is feeling. It tell you how much more we should be doing. So for me, as a person, what happened today is a sign to us that we need to work on our young people. Like Vic said, unemployment is killing the young people.
Mhm.
It is unemployment that breeds this kind of thuggery that you saw today. It was not necessary. It was totally unnecessary. I hope, the police will go beyond what happened today and arrest people and hold them accountable on both sides, no matter. And I hope that tomorrow and the day after, nobody from any side of the conflict should make statement that will further inflame the situation. And I hope that the media, whether it is quasi media or whether it's institutional media, please, in terms of crisis like this, you can choose what to put on your radio and not to put for the sake of peace. So I hope that they will do that. For me, that's my contribution for the night.
Okay, so before we allow you go, each of us on this panel will ask you one question. Maybe it could be on your address on the budget or something that is of concern. Vic, I want to start with you. Do you have one question for the PL?
Yeah, so my question for the PR is how do you see the upcoming negotiation with the bridge issue with the people of Bon County? Do you anticipate success, or what do you think? Or you think they're still going to play something?
Please, I'm going to say something tonight.
Thank you.
Um, we have funding approved now as of today for 6 major bridges in Liberia. One bridge will connect Bon County to Grand Bassa County. One bridge will connect Bon County to Nima County from District 9 area. One bridge will connect this Bon County to Guinea on to what a district one that the Jonah district.
Yeah, District 4. That's
District,
Fanta District.
yes, to that town that we went in right behind there.
Yeah.
They will connect them to the Republic. Each of the bridge, the lowest cost I was looking at it just now is $412,000. We're building 6 of those in Liberia. Uh, and by the grace of God, we have already secured funding for those. We're starting with the one in the connecting Nimba with Bon, the Tiawan Congo Bridge. We just got approval, funding approval for that, and the invoice, everything has been approved. I just received the contract today, I signed it and I sent it back. So that work is about to start. That's what we are about. The government will have to make a choice whether it will allow us to help our people or it will face the wrath of our people. I must say though that the Minister of Public Work is a very arrogant and rude man. It has nothing to do with his government. He's a very, very arrogant fellow. That's his attitude. He spent so much time. He has a bloated ego. He spends so much time emphasizing his authority, his power. He doesn't know. So he's going to blow his trumpet, but the people want to go on. We in Bon County, I spoke to the senator. I think Senator Moy, he's definitely in favor of building the bridge. We will build the bridge. You see, the minister is not as privileged as me. He doesn't make any decision on the budget. We make the decision. There's nothing in the budget for that bridge. He lied. And he will come on Tuesday to answer that question. Where he has, let him show us in the budget where he has money for the budget. And what right he talking about reappropriation? He has no right. You see, you get to a ministry, you don't even know the function of the ministry. He has no right to how do you call it, recast budget. That is not his authority. It is not within your prerogative to do that. But then, look, if you know, listening to Marvin today, we met the minister, the guys at Ministry of Public Work, the deputy minister, one Tamba, very professional. Our guys met with him. We discussed how they would provide us continuous technical support. So all we thought, everything over, because when the minister wrote us that don't start that bridge until you tell us the plan, I thought that was within his right. But if somebody decides that I'm going to build a bridge, your job is to not say, how can I help you? You know, that bridge is being so, I think this is how he's supposed to do it. That's what he's supposed to do. When you get up there and write letter and went and say it's political bridge. What is not political? You were running all around here to various TV stations, insulting people. You were one of the surrogates of Baka. The work you're doing is a political job. Baka stood up and said you are going to fix the road. So that means any road you fix is a result of politics, fulfillment of a political promise, commitment. Yes, we're doing political job. We're doing it differently. We're saying we'll do stuff for the people, and then later on come back to them to say, "Yeah, do it for us." That's what we are saying, and that's what. So that the kind of person he is. Unfortunately, you can't do anything about that. Gideon is Gideon. You just God just made him like that. He's very arrogant. But
Okay. Thank you,
I
PL,
think,
for
the bridge will be built. Vic. The bridge will be
okay.
built. Yeah.
Thank you, PL, for your response to Vic question. Mr. Nangbe, you want to throw one at the PL?
No, I don't really have a question except to just say that we believe in the cause that the CMC is pursuing, and I know a majority of our people believe in that cause, and so I think we're in a good place. And we'll be watching tomorrow during the groundbreaking. Congratulations to the CMC, the political leader, and all of you guys on the ground, and Mr. Toby. That's all
Okay.
from you.
Winston, do you have a question for the PL? He's at your service tonight.
Yeah, Mr. Tove, thank you. So, two questions, but I will just make a brief so the PL can respond to it. It's late in Liberia and it's late everywhere. So, Pierre, I want to first and foremost say thanks for your fight for the rule of law and the fact that since the 2026 draft budget came out, you have had a press conference, condemning the budget and everything. So I'm much more concerned about a specific line within the budget which has to do with the security and the rule of law. And what we have the Ministry of National Defense. The specific area that my attention has been drawn to is where we have the Ministry of National Defense and the National Security Agency. You see that the Ministry of National Defense, which has to do with the armed forces of Liberia, have we have 20.74 million within the budget for them, and NSA alone is carrying 22.19 million. So I just want you to speak to the Liberian people. How do you look at this specific part of the budget? What credibility does it really have? Because a lot of Liberians have been accusing the government of always putting money to NSA and later on going for it. This is why we are also seeing here the NSA budget is more than the Ministry of National Defense. And my last question will just be around the bridge projects within Bond County. The fact that the Ministry of Public Works is coming for public hearing, is coming for hearing. Uh, what step are you taking, considering the fact that some of these things might be influenced by national government, or it might be influenced by the executive, that what we saw doing the impasse in the House of Representatives, where you make sure and reach out to other people, but still they were influenced by the executive. So what are you doing differently to make sure that when this hearing is going on, so necessary questions can be asked, so necessary in the interest of the Liberian people, to make sure that this bridge construction is solely in the hands of the CMC? Thank you.
Well, on the issue of the budget, um, I mean, the NSA budget, like I said, is not subject to audit. Even the previous government, the president wanted to audit. He himself withdrew his own letter. Nobody knew why. But I don't look. The most important security that we need in this country is the police. The army thankfully received a lot of support from the U.S. government, from the African Union, and etc. etc. And so, 20 whatever for the budget is reasonable, it's fair. I don't think we should take it that way. But the NSA, there's no explanation for it. Nobody know what to do with it. They don't make report to anybody. How do you prioritize that kind of place over children going to school, over health center where women just deliver on the road like that? How do you? Because you don't know, you know. So wisdom is a state of confusion. It is the Unity Party, it's vintage Unity Party, unfortunately. So I don't know what was your last question. I think it was your last question or what?
The last question was actually about a bridge project, but I would love to squeeze in this one
Yeah.
on the issue of we saw on the social media about the 26th yellow machine that you are trying to bring to the country to connect farm to market rules, and this government again is another pressure on the government because the government try to procure yellow machine, and you saw that this whole thing is just moving up and down. The budget will come from 18 million, it came to 20 something million, and later on again, you have gone to 37 point something million. So I just wanted you to also include that within your closing statement.
Thank you. Um, for the bridge, like I said, Winston will build a bridge. It's a matter of time. We understand. Uh, Thankfully, we are working with the lawmakers of Bon County. Today, we got full support from our colleagues, and we expect to get the same thing on Tuesday so that there can be some action taken to make sure that we get the bridge built. On the yellow machine, um, Winston, if I'm told that the government is bringing 218 yellow machine, if the government were going to bring 1,000 yellow machine, there will still be enough road to be fixed. I'm not in competition with government. I'm going to places that they have neglected. But every time I go there, if the one come there and fix it, I'll move to the next place. And then on we go. And our SSO book and say, huh? Is it to go? No, he is to go. On we go, whatever it is. So on we go. But we're not going to stop. If you go to the western part of Liberia, the three counties, they have no access to rural. We're going there. If you go to the southeast, they before they bring quota, whatever they want to bring, we want car to be passing. That's all we want. We just want car to be passing. You know, we want car to be passing. Somebody, somebody in here. We
Yeah,
want
I
car
just
to
got
be
it.
passing. We want car to be passing. So wherever we find it, but if we go to, they go there, we'll go to the next place. It's fine. We are not in competition with them. We build our bridge. We have several other bridges we are about to break ground for, and then uh, it appears that Bon County will benefit the most from our bridge project because we have three bridge projects now in Bon County. That will be over like $1.5 million, and it will really make Bon County why it ought to be central Liberia accessible to the rest of Liberia, and that's our goal. Thank
Okay,
you.
so we are about closing now, honorability, but from my end, what has been the feedback? You as a representative, now a political leader of the CMC, every time you walk in the corridor of the House of Representatives, your colleagues are calling you Mr. President, and they're making reference to your analysis on the budget. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I feel good, but Smith, what you hear from my mouth every day, the words that I write every day, the things that I say on Facebook is a result of hard work that the people you see here tonight and many others that are not here. It's not just me. It's a representation of a whole idea and a whole legion of people. My idea is just a little bit of what you see there in the CMC. We're a team. Sometimes in leadership, all you provide is direction. When I tell you just now, uh, this is the speech I want to write. This is what I want to talk about. I want it to be a very strong speech. I have people who I don't pay, who volunteer to say, oh, like the last speech, they say, oh no, USF draft something. I was overseas, so I had time. Then I went, I drafted something. In 2 days, they were able to massage it to bring it to the level you saw. And not just that, for me to go give that speech that day, they were here in my house. We rehearsed. We talk about delivery. We talk about it. It was not the best speech. I didn't feel the energy, the way I didn't feel myself. But it's okay. It was my first political speech. And if I want to be hard on myself, I would say, you know, my flow was not as good as it should have been from the beginning. I picked up. And by the way, after the speech, we also got together and talk about that. And then that's that's how you make leaders. You don't come, oh gee, this speech was too good. Everything, oh, you did well. And the man is growing in mediocrity and he's saying that he's clapping for him. In the CMC, we don't do that. We put our leaders on the wall, we push them to do what is right. And so I'm very proud. There's no one in the CMC. Here is the chair for the most important diaspora chapter, USA. But when she wants to do something, she, in fact, I'm the last person she talks to. She talked to her colleagues, to people that she's superior to, but she has a democratic system. That's the values she saw in the party. And so she also espouses those values. It's the same thing. Victor will say, let's go. We have crisis here. You go there and solve it. That is who we are, Smith. So in the end, I feel good that I've started. That's my first one. If I were to grade myself, I will give myself 70. And I promise myself that next time I'll score 100 because my team told me what was wrong and I know that I'll fix it. I definitely know that I'll fix it. So in the end, that's what leaders are about. If you don't do that, and that's what's happening to our leaders now and yesterday. Everything I'm a parent, this and this and this. Thank God we don't do that in the CMC. We speak to each other. You can call me PL. Some people call me, still used to calling me chairman. Some people call me on mobility. Some people call me Musa. It doesn't matter. And I never ever feel that anybody working for me. We're all working with each other together. So I was, it was
At least
good.
nobody call you Tabula Raza here, so that's good.
No, no. And I got a text from a friend in the US and she said, wow, Musa, I mean, you have improved. I saw you speaking, I was impressed. And then, I called her and then we talked about it. And a lot of people like that, So this speech was good. But what is most important is that the people are not talking about this how I give the speech. They are talking
Yes.
about the substance, the
Of the
thing that
speech.
I said in the speech,
Content. Mm-hmm.
the content of the speech.
Mm-hmm.
You know, massive public reaction, good. Sam Jackson, beautiful addition, to us. And we're enjoying it. While you guys are out there, baby, believe me, we're on the front line here. This party is going to prevail. It is going to prevail. The Liberian people will make that war to set freedom and self preservation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorability Political Leader CMC, for coming on our set tonight and helping us from the back with our technical uh, problem. You've done extremely well in making this team the way we are tonight. Our viewership, I think, like the PL said, this is one of the highest in our on our page tonight, and we are sure in subsequent days ahead of us there will be more. I want to say thanks to all of you. It's time for us to go a minute each to wish our people good night from our end. Vic, I missed out with you. Your parting comments.
The comments you said?
Yeah, yeah. Closing comment, please.
Oh, okay. Oh, again, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Toby. Thank you so much for conducting the show tonight, and we discussed a lot of good points, and it was really good. I want to say thanks to all of the colleagues here tonight. And Mr. P, I want to say thank you so much too. So I was just thinking when you were talking about, how we usually debrief, we call it the debrief stage where when we do something, then we go together and debrief and say, oh, why was it supposed to be done this way? This man does not have a secret. Can you imagine you bring our debrief on here? He does not have a secret, so I swear. Yeah, so
I
I
know,
want to,
right?
yeah. But sometimes it's also good too. You don't want to set the bar too high for yourself. You want to be, you want to level it. But it was good to me. It was good. Thank you so much
Uh,
for sharing
thank you.
that with us. Yeah,
Thank
and
you. Thank
everyone
you.
else that been watching, thank you. Continue to watch, share the video. Please come again. We are here tomorrow. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody. USA is doing really good. We anticipate to have a lot of chapters coming up. I mean, we're going to be in our next news. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you.
All right, Winston, it's time for us to go.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tove. It was a very good and impressive conversation tonight. The PA was very clear about responding to most of the questions we asked. I think the PA have reached to the zenith of becoming president in the Republic of Liberia. He have achieved politically. He did one of the unthinkable, where everybody thought that we could not have someone, especially like Honor Musa has ability becoming representative in Nima County, considering the fact that Nima is a traditional county. But he stood beyond and he worked across, make sure and make the people to understand. So this is the same party we're going to bring 2029. We're going to make sure that this level of achievement is done and it's going to go down history in Liberia. So we want to just say, let us keep working, and we want to give thanks and appreciation to the viewers for being there for us tonight. And let's keep pushing, let's keep working together, and the message will keep resonating. It was a good night here, Mr. Tobe, Mr. Nangwe, Victoria. It was a very good time with you guys, and we look forward again to coming here in the next time to be able to, keep talking about the CMC message. So again, I want to say good night from my end. Thanks to the viewers.
Thank you, Winston. Thanks for your time as well. Let's hope you will join us hopefully tomorrow or the day after. But Mr. Nangwe, I'm sure you're always on this set now. We're going to keep you here as often as possible. But it's time for us to go on this one.
Absolutely, and thank you very much. Like my colleagues have said, we know you're out of your comfort zone, you're out of Monrovia, and yet you managed to make this work. Thank you very much, and thank you for everything else that you do, and you guys you do back there. We really appreciate it from over here. I just wanted to send a shout out to Dr. Richardson. She's our regular here. We know she's watching, and I'm sure she'll be with us here tomorrow. But Doc, thank you very much for keeping this place going. Look,
okay,
we have a template. We know where the CMC is going. We've done it in Nimba. We know what we're doing. That's what I'm going to. Congratulations again to the team. We'll be watching you tomorrow, and we'll be on tomorrow. So we're doing the adjustment. We'll be looking forward to you. I think the PL wanted you to do a placard, signpost or something with
Yeah,
photos
yeah,
and
yeah.
new times and all of that. Great show. Thank you very much.
We are working on that. The rest assured that all of the faces here will be on that new flyer.
And you broke
And,
news tonight. 6 new bridges coming up.
Yeah, six. So that's it. That's what the CMC intend to do. We'll do more every time. But again, let me say thanks to all of you. Thanks to the viewers. Tomorrow we'll be back here. Our coverage and listenership will increase. We are sure as soon as we get relayed in Vanguard and then in the Secretariat and that of NIMA, we expect that we'll be hitting almost all of the counties around Liberia because of the coverage of the 2 stations. But again, Vic, it's been a nice time. We hope tomorrow that will be us. We'll be back here on set to keep talking about the CMC and other trending national issues. So I just want to say thanks to all of you, and I'll see you all, God willing, tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. I don't know how I was supposed to play this. How did it go? Okay.
CMC for the people, by the people, and to the people. Citizens Movement for Change.